What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 AI only community battle. Things are really starting to get interesting because no one's really taking the lead in this game. No one is really setting a marker to go and win it. We've got a few powerful civs scattered across the world, but some of those are embarrassing themselves. Vietnam, you were definitely that was definitely aimed. Oh, we got a new ideology. Brazil going order. They will be joining Rhodesia on that path. Sorry, whenever an ideology comes up, I'm going to be slow because I'm writing it down on a little bit of paper because obviously, for some reason, culture menu is broken. I assume it's a mod screwing me over again. Tends to be that way. At the moment, it's not an issue. Just later on, there might be like 2-3 a turn that might be a problem. Austria has just entered the industrial era. That is incredibly alarming for someone who is doing fairly well in Central Europe, especially when you look over to Belgium here. I see like this is not going to last between these two, this peace, and there we go. It looks like the fall of the Vandals sort of begun in the last episode, and there we go, Belgium grabbing this city, or this island, I guess, and they also get a bit of Iberia here, which could be a landing point for and cause an issue for the Moors. The Vandals have 3 cities remaining, but Ethiopia is coming from their east. This could be a bad time for them. Other stuff going on. The Sioux are trying to kill the Shoshone. Don't think it's going to go their way. Texas having a peaceful spell. South America is seeing Brazil and Argentina fight, but I don't think we're going to see any cities falling there. Although Argentina has finally unified, of course, the southern tip of South America, but Brazil is splitting them in half, which could be the issue for them. Mongolia is just sitting here, I imagine, watching this with a big smile on their face, because the more Vietnam fails, the better for them. Oh, we got to make a proposal. Yep, let's just do this again, because it's annoying. There we go. But yeah, Korea is also keeping up on technology, despite being small and struggling. They've kept up with Mongolia and Vietnam pretty much for technology. Brazil has just declared war on Kilwa. Don't ask me why. Japan's navy was obviously destroyed, and Polynesia came very close to losing everything, and Japan is still trying, but I think it might be a bit too little too late now. I think Polynesia will hold on to everything, despite a scary time. Japan are going to need to rebuild their navy, though, to have some hope. Samoa, again, they were disappointing, but they're fighting. I don't know what's going on here. The Incans are doing something. Oh, wow. Was not expecting that to come, but there you go. Azure has fallen. That makes Byzantium look a little bit stronger and a big foothold in the Middle East now. And if their borders could grow and connect, that'd be lovely. But Byzantium in a good spot right now. Fairly well shielded from the Huns, who are a growing power in this world. But yeah, they're fairly shielded off from them, down here at least. Babylon's not a threat. Ethiopia, that's probably a bit too difficult for them to get over here. But Ethiopia are probably going to take this Vandals city, and that will put the Vandals in a bad spot. And then we might see a race for the Vandals' capital, Hippo Regius here. That's how you say that. That would be interesting, because Belgium will be here. Maybe some of the other Europeans will join in. Could we see the Papal States and Byzantium getting involved? Byzantium, peace out with Assyria, leaving them with just a musketman. The Vandals do manage to get a peace deal with Babylon, which is a good news for them, because they needed something. They needed some good news. Is that somebody? Okay, no. I thought there was someone on Iceland for a minute, but no, it's still just left. So we saw Ireland go to the Moors. The Celts haven't been too bothered. They're down to just 2 cities now. I know a lot of people were rooting for the Celts. Guys, it happened. Took this long. Also, Ethiopia did take that city. Oh, there's lots going on in Africa right now. Ethiopia take this city. It looks like it's probably going to change hands a couple of times because the Vandals still have plenty of units. But more importantly, the Zulu have declared war on Kilwa. So this means they will take Zanzibar here in South Africa. The question is, will Rhodesia do the same thing? Will they take out the city of Kilwa, Kiswani? And then that would set us up perfectly for Rhodesia and the Zulu to go after each other. Like, surely. But yeah, I think the Zulu should take this relatively easily. Shouldn't be an issue for them. Moorish Leningrad is still occupied. They haven't built a courthouse yet. Why have you not built a courthouse? And seriously, they have open borders with the Soviets, so at least, you know, they get to go visit their old city. And they're still around the Soviets. They're keeping up just about tech-wise. Austria really sucks, by the way. They only just got musketmen. So, despite all this stuff they own, It's not been the easiest time for them, but as time goes by, I'm sure they'll start doing a little bit better. I mean, Belgium are actually still at war with the Celts. Oh, the Papal States versus Byzantium. What the heck are you doing? What convinced you that that was a good idea? I feel like Byzantium, if they send all these boats, which are a bit behind, but they could send them all the way over here, might take Rome. And that would be very interesting. Byzantium would be in a very good spot right then. The weird thing is, it seems like the civs that are doing well are trading sort of their size. You know, when they get big, for example, Byzantium, they're trading that for technological benefit. It seems like everyone is very balanced right now. Because Vietnam, I mean, there's just so much stuff going on. The Vandals have retaken it. Oh my goodness, Africa is finally coming alive. Burundi v the Congo. I'm just ignoring that city. Ethiopia have once again taken it. That is maybe the biggest notification of the day so far, however. Well, Samoa is in the modern era. Don't ask me how. They don't have any units that would suggest it, but obviously technologically they're there. So that is very impressive, and they must have a massive population as well. But there you go, Samoa into the modern era, as Africa is the heat of the action right now. And Samoa, right after that, joins autocracy. So the Huns, Samoa, and Belgium are autocratic. Freedom is still just Polynesia, order in Rhodesia and Brazil. Interesting game. Mali, come on, Mali. You gotta do something. You can't just chill here doing nothing. You have so much farms. Like so many. This is just farmland. You've literally removed the Sahara from the map by farming everything. Well, the Celts have entered the industrial era. They're trying, but they've not had the game Samoa have had, or Polynesia have had, or even Japan have had. So that's disappointing, considering the advantages they got. Like Samoa, the fact that I gave them some benefits at the start of the game, but the fact they're doing this well is still amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, the fact that this is 30 population, that's insane. Okay, Australia, still the west looking pretty empty, and the east a bit more populated. Isn't that like how it is? Or the other way around? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like that. New Zealand is still empty, and Australia trading across the Pacific. That's pretty cool. Seen a cargo ship just going the whole way over. Not sure I see too many others because there's so many wars. Samoa trading with Japan. And yep, with Japan again. What about up here? I like seeing the boats come out of here. That's always interesting. And yep, the Zulu have taken the city of Zanzibar as we were expecting. Now, I don't think they will be able... They could have launched an attack on the actual Kilwa capital here if they had sent their boats round and used their holding of northern Madagascar. They could have gone after it, but they haven't. But either way, that's a good move for the Zulu, I think. And it's going to help if they do end up... Rhodesia is going to be such a costly war if it happens for both sides. That's the thing. Maybe they should team up with Burundi, the Zulu, now. Just change their sights on the Congo instead, because Mabanza Congo is a good-looking city here. It's pretty large, 17 population. You get a lot of land for one city. Could be very useful for them. See how Ethiopia and Belgium are getting on up here. Seems like Ethiopia is now ready to hold on to it. Samoa have completed the Glude Museum in 1690. It's pretty good. Belgium are now seemingly focused on just killing this one Celtic unit, and Vietnam has peaced out with Polynesia. They didn't take anything, thank goodness for that, because they didn't do anything. So their navy is slowly getting scarier. Look at this, Vietnam is, they just don't understand, like, just put your units here, come on. Like, you can't attack from this side, and you're being bombarded. Like, seriously, please, stop this. And you're also trading with Mongolia, which keeps them alive, which is interesting. As we said, Attila is growing in strength as time goes on. It's going to get very interesting. India making a bit of a comeback too. And the Moors going autocratic. Autocracy now going with 4 civs. So they're leading the way. That's great, world. You're doing a good job here. Is freedom like ever won? I feel like freedom doesn't have good enough benefits to it. But let's see. They're just trying to kill this musket man with everything they got, Belgium. You're not at war with the Moors, are you? I feel like I would know. It would be more obvious. The Moors just chilling here, having a good time. Obviously, they have moved into the Caribbean, so maybe that's more of their focus right now. I'm surprised Mali have not tried to drive the Moors out of Africa yet. Thought that would have happened at some point. Mali, what are you doing? Like, Mali could have had such a good game. Could have gone after Nigeria. I mean, they still can. They could help finish off the Vandals. Obviously, Ethiopia's coming now, and it's probably going to be too late for them to do any of that stuff, because Ethiopia is slowly expanding out that way. I assume this is why Burundi's trying to take the Congo pretty desperately, because this was always going to be tough. But I feel like everyone's starting to just get a little bit worried about Ethiopia, because Ethiopia, like, this army is pretty scary, and this isn't even the one they're using. This is just something completely separate out on the Horn of Africa, probably going after Babylon any second now. India, you're gonna remove Kilwa from here. Oh, Qing pieced out with Inca, which means these Incan boats that have managed to get over here are probably gonna head home now. Not necessarily, they might be doing something else, but maybe. There is a Vietnamese settler in the middle of the Pacific. There is settlers like all over the map. I don't know exactly where they're all heading, but everyone sort of sent out settlers looking for one last hope of finding some land. Okay, just send me flying around. Austria has pieced out with Polynesia. And Qing has also pieced out with Texas. Luckily, they didn't give anything away. When Qing pieces out with the Moors, that could be worrying. We know the Moors are pretty good at taking stuff from people in peace deals by the look of it. Texas is looking good. I think they can still do it. They could still win, but they could probably do with doing something sometime soon, like just going up. The Aztecs would be tough. Like, they're far behind tech-wise, but I don't know. It's 2 fronts, almost 3 fronts at this point. That's going to be tough. The Iroquois is trapped in the corner by the lakes at this point. They've really messed up, although they did just settle another coastal city quite recently, so that might help them a little bit. Nigeria is actually, if Nigeria like gets to settle here, that would be amazing. Nigeria, that would be fantastic. This would be one of the coolest things ever. You better do it. Ethiopia is about to take the second Vandal city down here to the south, and that will just leave the Vandals with their capital. Belgium's not really interested right now. They're just protecting their new island, and they've done a pretty good job at it. I think we might see it. The Huns are definitely building up for something, whether it's an attack on Mongolia through here or on India, neither of which are going to be easy, but either of them are possible right now. Could see either of them happening. Looks like Byzantium's going to hold on to this. There's no one here to contest it. I still can't believe Babylon, they haven't like, can't you just build some workers? Surely they have some here, but they're working on roads. They have 1 worker. That is the issue Byzantium face right now. If they'd have had loads over here, this city would be amazing. But there we go, Ethiopia taking a second city, and the map is starting to look pretty scary with Ethiopia up here in North and East Africa. Wow. Okay, Argentina has pieced out with Polynesia. Nothing happened, but there you go. Ethiopia, though, this is scary. They now border Nigeria much more, which will be a big worry for Nigeria. I think Nigeria might actually be fighting them, unless Nigeria... I think Nigeria were going after the Vandals at the same time. Not 100%, but I don't think they're at war with Ethiopia as well. So don't worry. Vietnam also has a lot of the map, to be fair. I've been ignoring, but their borders are huge. But that's not really working for them. Their cities are very far apart. For the most part. I mean, these mountains obviously aren't particularly useful either. India, they're just trusting India. And India kind of rebuilding right now. Could be a good time for India going forward. Samoa just not doing anything. It's very weird. I mean, luckily Dominations Only is on. So Samoa's not going to do anything weird. It's turn 250. I think we will probably, I don't want to say anything guaranteed, but we'll probably be going to turn 400. Probably. Okay, no guarantees. I mean, we've only made it through 6 turns in this video, so maybe we'll see. But I will try to get to 400. We will try our best. Obviously, we might have to reconsider how we do it, like the videos. Obviously, later on, maybe we'll just do highlights or something like that. I don't know, because it's a bit... You know, we'll be at... It'll probably go on to like episode 100 if I did it for too long. But yeah, I mean, I would aim to get to 400. That's the usual aim, is 400. And I don't see why not. Don't see why we shouldn't be able to get there. Rhodesia going to do anything? Shaka isn't having any more progress, but at least he took Zanzibar here. It's going to be helpful. He still has a one random warrior unit for some reason. If Rhodesia were to give him open borders, he might be able to do something, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Burundi is being driven back by the Congo, and the Vandals actually retook this city. Not sure for how long. I think Ethiopia, if Nigeria swoop in here, actually Nigeria might. In fact, Nigeria probably will steal this city away, and that will prevent Ethiopia going any further. Well, that is interesting. That's going to play out weirdly. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.